Alright everybody, 1223 here, I'm back. I got the lamp, but you're probably wondering where it's at. It's in my hand, and I'm going to show it to you. This one I was completely unexpected by, and it's kind of unusual, I think, but who knows? I mean, it amazes me why they call it a skater's lamp, but I don't know. This little guy right here, trying to get him all nice and straight for you. This is a Dietz Sport Skaters Lamp. These are called, I don't know why they're called skaters lamps, but it's a dead flame type lamp, a very small dead flame type lamp, not the smallest, they're smaller. There is smaller lamps made by Dietz, but things in real good shape, and I got this one unexpectedly for Christmas. I had no idea about this one. I've been wanting the roadster wagon lamp over there on the counter for about 6 months now. But, so I'll get into details on this one. It's only about, if you include the handle, it's only about 9 inches tall. But on the globe, on the top here, it says, Dietz Sport, made in USA, and then all the patent dates are around the rim right there. The earliest one is February 10th and the earliest one is July 26th in 1904, and the last one is February 10th in 1914. But keep in mind though too, this is the Sport. There is another model that is almost nearly similar, but this one replaced it due to it eliminate some of the soldering on the tank. That one is called the Dietz Scout, and I'm hoping to get that one day too. The Scout was the earlier version, and this version replaced it because it was cheaper to make because it eliminated some of the soldering on it, which made production hours less and, you know, made it more cost efficient. But these two lamps, the Sport, which I have, and the Scout, which I don't, which are very, very similar. They're almost exactly alike, just some small differences, which I'd hope to show you if I get a Scout ever. These lamps' origins all come from a lamp that has been on eBay very frequently here in the past 2 months. There have been about 7 or 8 of these, 6, 7, or 8 of these on eBay in the past 2 months. They're called the Dietz. That lamp is called the Dietz Boy. It is an earlier brass skater's lamp that is where these origins came from. They replaced the larger model called the US 10 skaters lamp because when the Boy was discontinued, there wasn't any skaters lamps, and the US 10 kind of filled in for that. But a lot of these lamps apparently were used in parades, which probably explains why they're so small. But some of these lamps did come with colored globes, and colored globes of these today are very rare. So, but I'll get into taking this thing apart because it's kind of interesting how it does come apart. And with my tripod, it makes it a lot easier. But what you do is you squeeze these two wires together right here, and then this comes apart right here. The top opens up. I'll show you this tiny, tiny globe right here. This is as tall as the globe is. Here's a little idea. I can hold it with my hand, and when you compare it to here, my hand's bigger than the globe. But it says on here, Dietz Sport, New York, USA. A lot of these globes are never really broken, so I mean, they're not very hard to find. But I mean, it's just a little. It almost looks like a miniature version of a Fitz-All. That's what it reminds me of. But very rare do you find the globes missing in these. Now the bottom comes out kind of differently too. Yes, it does have a wick in there. It has a fairly large wick for a skater's lamp, I think. I mean, the smallest skater's lamp ever made by Dietz was the Dietz Baby, and that takes a 1/16 inch wick. And when you count width, that's not even bigger. That's about as big as a candle wick. But this thing, you can see this right here. You see the burner right here. There's this little channel running down right here. You twist the bottom, and then slide it down, and then that's how this comes out. And then you just got a frame here, if it doesn't fall over. Don't fall. Here. There. This is the whole bottom right here. This is the tank. It looks very similar to a Vesta tank. Almost. Just smaller. The burner is locked in like almost how a cone would be. Because it's almost like a cone burner combo. So it's different looking. You see these little wings right here. The burner just twists out of there. And you might wonder why it's such a short wick, but that's really all it needs, because you look in there, it's not very deep. Now you might think that's all the tank is, but you see this little line right here that leads to the rest. So there's probably a couple hours worth of burn time in there, but I'm not sure. But I mean, this thing can't be very bright at all. So, but something different to add to the collection. I mean, it's not your typical dead flame lamp. I'll give it to that. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just that there's a couple dents on the tank right here, and that's really the only problems with it. I think the frame might be a tad bent, but I'm not sure. I know these things are just interesting to put back together. There we go. Twist it back if I can get it. There we go. I think. No. Yes. There we go. Bottom twist it back together. See, a lot of the early skaters' lamps didn't have guards like this. So this lamp is kind of one of the later, you can tell it's later ones because it has a guard. But, and then squeeze it back together here. It's hard. There it goes. And then there you got it. The Dietz Sport. But, just not very big at all. Now, if you were to compare this to a Dietz Baby, which are very hard to find, it would look big. The Dietz Baby, which is also related to these somewhat, as all skaters' lamps are, is only 4 inches tall, only about that tall, and only about 2.5 inches wide. So compare that to about that thing, because it literally has a keychain ring on it. But I mean, there's just some weird stuff out there, and I think this one has to be one of the oddest shaped lamps that I got. But who knows? I mean, it's related to a lot of the early lamps back of the day, because all the Civil War lamps probably looked like this. But it's most likely as one of my earliest lamps, but since there's no way of identifying when dead flame lamps were produced besides their patent dates, because there's no manufacturing date on them, unlike cold blast and hot blast lamps, there's just no real way of telling when this thing was made. But the Sport was one of the last skaters lamps produced by Dietz. So it's in like the 1920s, 1940s sort of era right in there. But overall, just a neat looking thing. But I also have to show you this too, since I got some time here. I'll show this to you, where I put all these things now. Let's pop this out of here if I can. Come on, there we go. Okay. I want to show you now where I store all my lamps. Before, they were all on crowded and little places in my room. Well, me and my dad took and modified this entertainment center thing here, and I put all my lamps in it. The Sport and the wagon lamp sit on top, because I ran out of room here. Inside, I'll flip the light on for you. They're fluorescents, and they're 9-watt fluorescents, so when they get warmed up, they're pretty good. But in back there, you got the Dietz 100. Over here on the left and right, you got the Jupiter, the D-Light, the red little wizard globe, the used Dietz Comet, which was just lit too, the clear little wizard. No, that's actually a clear fits-all globe. I'll tell you why that's out. That globe was in the Victor. There's the Victor in back. My dad also got a red fits-all this weekend, which is originally what this lantern came in before I broke it when I originally got the globe. When I originally got the lamp, I broke it after like 5 minutes of having the original globe open. But then the Monarch's right here with its clear globe. The brand new Dietz Comet. The box is in the back, hiding some of the cord. Wait a minute. The clear little wizard globe. the traffic guard, and the green Little Wizard globe, which will actually be going in a lamp that I'm getting here probably today or tomorrow. But I'll get that one on film as soon as I can. But the Little Wizard is up here too. But just a little update on how things are going. But since my dad is actually getting crunched on money right now, it might be a little while before I get any more new lamps here. Which ones are coming in this coming month? So it might be a long time before I say anything more about Dietz lamps, because we will be going to a convention in June out in Illinois, I think, St. Charles, Illinois. So I hope to find some cool stuff there. But 12/23 with a little lantern date update. I'm out.